Hey everyone, hope you're having an amazing Friday so far. Yay, it's Friday. And we're going to pull up some cards. I already set the intention that this is for the energy of March 22nd through to March 28th. So I'm just going to clear my deck so all the energy has nothing to do with me or anything that's happened here in the past. I'm actually just going to do a little meditation on the cards. So I'm just placing my hand on the cards. And I'm just going to breathe into the cards. So I'm taking a deep breath. Kind of putting them all over the cards with the intention we're for March 22nd through to March 28th. For anyone that will be watching or anyone that's meant to watch. Let's start with Monday. And if you go onto my YouTube channel, you will be able to see all my other videos. All right, upside down, walnut, letting go, interesting. So right away, my breathing feels a bit heavy. And so it makes sense when we're having a hard time with letting something that's happened to us go. Often we want to feel it in order to heal it. So we want to actually allow the energy to come up so that it can go out, kind of like how we breathe. We breathe in, and then we let it all go. And sometimes it takes us 10 breaths, sometimes it takes us 200, just to feel like we're moving some energy around. So Monday, you might find that if you're hanging on to energy that doesn't serve you, it's going to build up, and it's going to build up until we become that pressure cooker, that pressure energy. So if you're worrying, it's time to let go of the worrying on Monday. If you're lacking in your intimacy and your sexual energy, things like that, it's time to start thinking about how you can work on self-healing. I am doing a Reiki level 1 for only $40, and that's going to be 2 hours starting next weekend and then the weekend after. So if you're interested in learning about Reiki, it's all about self-healing, reach out to me. That's more about Monday, okay? And let me know if this connects to you, if you feel that energy. Again, if you're a worrier, worrying is common. So this goes into Tuesday. Again, it's upside down, cedar, ritual. Boy, that's been coming up a lot for me. I'm teaching about rituals. I'm doing my own rituals. And again, we don't want to obsess over what to do and how to do it. But cedar's been coming up for myself and 2 other clients. So when I often will notice things in 3s when there's a sign or a symbol. So I've been thinking, should I buy cedar to sell? Should I'm burning it constantly. So instead of sage, I'm actually just burning cedar. But when something's coming up really strong, it's super important, okay? So that's what's coming up on Tuesday for you, is when you're seeing these signs, and they're really coming in super strongly, pay closer attention to them, because you might be like dismissing healing that could be offered to you through these messages, and you're just like, oh, that's just whatever. It's probably not just whatever, but if Monday you're connecting to that energy, then Tuesday you're going to be a lot more open in your chakras and in your third eye, okay? Third eye means our intuition. You can actually see it in this person. They have like a little dot in between their eyes. As they breathe and let go, that's what's coming up for you, okay? So make that your ritual next week. Make it a priority, okay? Also, maintenance is coming up, like making sure, as we're talking about sexual energy too, like making sure that you're taking care of number 1 first, so that you're not giving your power away, giving your energy away. And that's probably common for people that are feeling this stress. We had a new moon on the 14th, so we'll be trickling into our full moon, and of course I do new moon and full moon reading energy as well on my YouTube. So hello, Kathy. Wednesday, St. John's wort. Okay, I'm seeing this card a lot. This means that there's energy that, again, is trying to get our attention. And procrastination happens a lot to people when we lose motivation, we're feeling frustrated. But this is telling you to manifest more, make more wishes. So when you want something, make sure that you're working on attracting it. Otherwise, it is just an idea. So it's like, are you really putting the time and energy into yourself to focus on what it is that you want? To visualize, to dream, things like that. Maybe it's creating a dream journal. For myself, I enjoy wine, and it's something that I'm kind of seeing as an art, because it takes people a really long time to master making good wine. So I'm starting to almost journal about what wines have certain flavors and tastes, that sort of thing. So, and of course I'm doing that with my products as well. I'm really just noting the energy of it. So, because energy works differently for everyone, we're all unique and individual. So some people are more sensitive, more susceptible to illness and disease. You know, we all have different DNA and genetics, and it's really important to identify with that. I'm doing a lot of ancestral healing as well, so that might be something that comes up for you on Wednesday, just tapping in a bit more to your likes and your dislikes, as I was just saying. You might have to even write it down to know what you like and what you dislike, because we don't want to build all this energy up in our minds and then kind of like forget about it or ignore it, etc. So that's what it's kind of saying, is like, don't let the energy build up, and you're kind of like cleansing, and then you're going to find, okay, I think I'm ready to rock and roll. I think I'm ready to get started, to get going on something even maybe new, because there's been a really strong new energy coming in. Hi, Lizzie. So yes, this would be the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. I had my nails painted for St. Patrick's Day. And I'm really feeling connected to the greens, the heart chakra. So Thursday, another upside down one. Pine awakening. Oh boy, doesn't this kind of trickle in nicely? So Thursday is saying that we have to keep our awareness really strong. So if you're feeling uptight or stressed out, I do sell natural products, things like that. These are all to help you kind of like loosen up, work on digestion, whatever those issues are. So on Thursday, you might want to pay closer attention to your senses, what you're feeling overly sensitive towards, what you're feeling like, again, you're blocking out in your life, because it's time to get going and get started on your own healing journey. So if you don't get other people to help you, then it just makes everything like heavier. So it's about, partnerships, again, dreaming, allow other people to be a part of your dreams. We can't always do it all by ourselves. So it might be a day of receiving healing, and again, networking, working with others, really healing old wounds in relationship patterns, etc. Hi, I hope I'm saying your name wrong, Maurice. Let me know if I am. New energy. Yep. Yeah. So we were absolutely all feeling that. And I like to think that new is good, but it also comes with a lot of change, and not everybody likes change. So if we just even look into some of the little rollers I have, these are the ones that were standing out. It's interesting. Digestion. If we're not processing life very well, she said, perfect. Okay, great. If we're not processing life very well, emotionally, things like that, things are, again, like we're just sensitive to even like COVID, what's going on, we might hang on to that in our stomach. And if we do, like our body's going to start getting our attention. It's going to start acting funny. We might get really fatigued, adrenal fatigue, things like that. So black pepper is for exactly that. So if you feel like you have some form of adrenal issues, you're not sleeping very well, you're tired, inflammation, anything with the bowels and the stomach, that would be a good one for you. These are 13. I have rose. Rose is really great for self-love and self-healing, as well as like protection. Rose is a very, very, very high vibration when it comes to herbs and flower essences. So it's kind of like it can help you channel your own energy, but it feels more like related to the heart chakra. If you feel like you just need to like up level in your life, that would be goody. We have eucalyptus and grapefruit heart chakra, which is interesting. What I'm getting from this is if you're feeling really heavy right now, like you feel like everything's bigger than what it is, again, you might be tired. You might be healing from some like really long-term shadow work, even like a dark night of the soul. You might be super psychic and you're just like questioning, or almost like your premonitions are too strong, that you might feel like overwhelmed by the challenges that are happening in your life. That eucalyptus and grapefruit is a good one for you. And again, this changes from people to people. Palo Santo, and I do healing on these for you and write a letter, but Palo Santo says moving, which is interesting. Palo Santo is one that we work with to not only cleanse, but to reach a higher state of consciousness and awareness. So if you're someone who is going through major challenges, Palo Santo would be a good one for you. It's just kind of like to break the energy up just a little more quickly, because often we can't do that just all by ourselves. We need little healing aids and things. And lavender is probably the most popular for things that people already are familiar with. Lavender, this one, it has a calming sensation. It will help you more like with that awakening as we're working on, because the scent in itself, it almost looks like there's purple around the third eye and the crown there, going into the solar plexus too. It's about when you feel drained and tired, it's really difficult to connect. So this is about helping you feel less worried, caring too much about other people or what other people think. Desperation is coming up too, so you like want people to like you, things like that. Lavender's a goodie, okay? So that's what Thursday's kind of talking about. Friday, aloe. Love aloe. It's probably my favorite. Resourcefulness, I like that. So Friday is telling us that teaching is coming up. Teaching others how to heal. Teaching yourself like the next step, because often we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And somehow we know how to walk through it. And if you're worried about what tomorrow's going to bring, then again, that's what you're spending your time and energy on. That is draining. It's not positive. So this is kind of talking about yoga. Again, kind of coming back into the beginning of the week with the breath work. What's coming up too is like I'm teaching the Akashic Records certification coming up on the 25th. It's 8 weeks if you're interested in joining us. And we do payment plans too. You get 4 one-on-one sessions with me. But that's coming up because this is talking about accessing other dimensions, like the higher realms, the higher self, the activation that comes from all of that. And it teaches us to be more balanced as well as versatile. And often we only think in one way. We only know how to do something like one way. So you want to learn how to do things in 10 million different ways, right? So you can never, like you could take Reiki training with me and take it with like 25 other people, and it's going to be completely different each time. So we have to remind ourselves of that every day is new and every day is different, okay? Everybody is different, and we want to embrace what's coming up is our psychic gifts and abilities too, because we are all psychic. We all have these abilities. We're just working on growing them. And again, if you're challenged right now, see these challenges as ways to grow and evolve, okay? Okay, Saturday. Oats, fertility. I like that. Okay, so this is more of a brighter card. It's talking about shadow work again. So shadow work is when we start to notice things about ourselves that we actually don't really like. I mean, it's different for everyone, but that's kind of what's coming up here, is that inner child work, forgiveness work, holding ourselves back, even though we know that we shouldn't. We just do it because we are used to doing things, again, that one way. Fertility is telling us, like, there's happy, and it looks like there's a little spirit in the screen here that's trying to peek in, which is funny. It's talking about new skills and new avenues and things like that, as we're just talking about new beginnings. So ask yourself, too, what is the next step for me based on what I want to do or what I feel called into? And so let go of anything that's bothering you. That seems to be a repetition here. Okay, feeling energy in my back and in my heart. So nettle receiving. Yes, this has already come up. So again, this would be a sign if we keep hearing the same things, even from different teachers or mentors. I like that first thing that's coming up is like, well, the Merkaba. I'm going to be teaching about the Merkaba, and it's really fascinating. It's about how energy moves and shifts so quickly. But it's also about the power of the mind, and how the mind can play tricks on us very quickly, and so we start to question and we start to doubt. So this is saying that, kind of like the fertility card, that we can't let anything, like anybody else's mental health issues as well, aside from our own, get in the way of the truth, get in the way of our breakthroughs, overcoming those obstacles and challenges. It just feels like if we can just ground a bit more on Sunday, you'll find that you realize that some of the stuff that we're getting worked up and upset about, it's only draining us and hurting us. It's actually just like pulling our energy down instead of up. So pay close attention to like where you're lacking harmony. If you want to connect with me for a healing session, whether it's a 35-minute reading or a 90-minute session, let's connect in person or over Zoom. I think it's important that more people are, again, getting these activations. And same with the Reiki one, you receive a beautiful attunement that helps you connect on a deeper level, not just with yourself, but with others too, which I think we could all help each other a tiny bit more right now. Okay, so get outside of yourself if you're able to. Actually get into nature, or again, connect with me for healing through the herbs and flower essences. Bye for now. Take care and enjoy your week.